Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, and this lovely person is
Julia Hartley.
Hello, Julia.
Hello.
How you doing?
Right, thank you. Yourself?
I'm doing very well, actually. Out in the West Sussex countryside once again, back from my trips in Avebury in Wiltshire, and it's lovely to be back here, lurking in Cowdray Park near Midhurst, where we are, is the one and only Kevin Hall. Hello, Kevin.
Good afternoon.
And I see you're sporting a very interesting T-shirt. Wow, look at that. That's a nice one.
It was a gift.
Oh, was it?
Yes, it cost me £12. I think.
It was as you say, a gift, cheap as chips. Anyway, Kevin, you requested that you bring us back to Cowdray Park because
I did.
I've been to the Queen Victoria tree before here in the winter it was, and I was keen to come back. And I know Julia was keen to see the tree.
Yeah, I've not seen it yet.
And it's a very old tree.
Seen lots of pictures of it.
So this is our sort of last chance really to see it before the winter comes and it loses its foliage. But you were telling me there's lots of other trees to see. And
there is. Just in front of us, where we'll be going shortly, is the Avenue of Limes, which was planted in 2012. For the Queen's, he's looking over for the Diamond Jubilee onto the plaque.
Oh yes,
that's there.
There is a plaque
yes.
that we can see just down there. We're cheating a little bit.
Yeah, but the Avenue of Limes will run through the field here and down to the other side, and then we can get to the Queen's Oak up onto the right-hand side there. So it'll be a nice walk. Julia leads the way. She knows where she's going.
Through the Kissing Gate.
Oh, sorry. Oh.
There we go. On a slightly blustery day, but not too bad. And so yes, these limes that are on our left and right, this avenue, which will be, when they're done, will be absolutely splendid. At the moment, protected, I'm guessing, from the deer and other creatures, to stop
stop them eating all the new growth on the trees.
Yes.
So they can continue growing and get big. Become a proper avenue.
Yeah, definitely. And when they're full size, of course, beyond my lifetime, unfortunately.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Sadly.
They will look rather lovely.
So that's all.
Yeah, absolutely.
But for future generations, that's the key thing.
Absolutely, that's the main thing.
You just need to try and hope that the younger generations are going to take an interest in nature at an earlier age.
Yes.
Because sadly, when I was a teenager, I didn't take any interest really in what was around me, and look what we've got.
I don't think that when you're young you do take too much interest around what's around you, because you do tend to take it all for granted.
That's true. That is very true. Yeah.
And it's only as you get a little bit more mature that you start to look around and think, hello, where do I come from? What are these wonderful and beautiful things which I've ignored for so long?
And, well, you look at things in a different way.
Yeah.
As you get older, you know, I would never have thought of really spending time walking around in the countryside until, as I said to you just now, I hadn't walked in Cowdray Park or Blackdown until about 3 years ago.
Right.
And what have I been missing? It's just amazing. I love it. I just love coming out into the fresh air and seeing all this. We're lucky.
And the thing, I suppose, is that it is a very good time to start doing that, so that when you're in retirement age, which I'm sure you've got ages before you do, you're keeping your body nice and fit before that event, so that you can enjoy it more in retirement as well.
Well, that's what I'm hoping to do. I would like to semi-retire, but finances, or a mortgage shall we say, is restricting that. But you know, I'm 65 in December. I know I don't look it, which is what you're both supposed to say.
Yes, sorry,
You do not look a day.
25.
But I would like to semi-retire and do more of this sort of thing, walking out with people like yourselves and Cynthia Walder and Sue up in the Midlands, up in the Peak District, which is another favourite area of mine.
Well, we can't advocate getting out and having a walk any more than that, can we, Julia?
No.
We love it.
No, yeah, it's good for the soul, good for the body, good all round.
Good all round. And the great thing is, of course, you get to see a lot of nature, and in different parts of the UK the scenery changes, which makes it all the while more to explore different parts of the UK or wherever you happen to be, because you'll never get bored, because the scenery can be so different. We haven't quite got to the Queen Elizabeth tree yet, but we've just paused by this rather beautiful and aged lime here, What do you think?
He's lovely, isn't it?
It's fantastic. And as you just commented, if we go round, you'll see it's just above grazing height, which is, it's like a little skirt in a way. Completely clear at the bottom as Julia is walking around here.
Trying to eat the leaves.
Are you trying to eat the leaves?
Yep.
But you can't, can you?
Nope.
And I guess that's the way they've designed it, so that it can look splendid and survive all this time. Although probably doesn't need to survive from the. Maybe it has been just grazed on.
No, it's the deer have kept it this way.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, we're going to move on up towards the Queen Elizabeth tree now, which is only a stone's throw from us.
Ooh.
And the weird thing is, amongst all these others, it is quite dwarfed because it was pollarded many, many years ago, and I think it's just grown like that. And as I say, I saw it once before, but it wasn't in full leaf. You can't get into it, it's hollow, and they put a fence around it to prevent people from damaging it any further. And here it is, and as you get closer, of course, you see the actual girth of the beast, and you realise that it is utterly stunning and gobsmacking to look at.
She's short, stout, and beautiful.
She certainly is.
Very regal.
Wow.
That is immense. She looks very blackened on the inside.
Yeah, I don't know whether that's just the result of weathering. Hard to tell.
Yeah.
So I didn't research properly. I made a video about this, and I did tell the legend of it, but it was something along the lines of that Queen Elizabeth paused near Midhurst and came down here to Cowdray Park, I think, to do some hunting. And it's something like she paused by this tree and took aim with an arrow and killed a stag, or somebody else killed it for her. And I guess hunting season began, or something like that. But yeah, she's claimed to have stood near or close to this tree.
Something significant, well,
yeah, but I think
something happened near this tree.
I think the tree is older than she is, clearly, because the tree wouldn't have been there otherwise.
Yeah.
That makes some sense.
That makes a lot of sense.
What do you think, Kevin?
It's an amazing tree, isn't it? You just look at the size of the girth, and just the sort of, it's almost like a structure when you start looking at the different bits of it. But I think it's just incredible.
And incredible to think that it's still alive and thriving by the looks of things, even though it's absolutely hollow.
Yeah.
Because the real life of the tree is not actually the middle bit, is it? It's just under the bark. I'm just going to take a little stroll back away from the tree just to get a bit more of a perspective on it, just to see what it's like. As we can see, it's quite short. I'll just climb up here. Well, it's lovely to have revisited the tree, and of course to have taken the lovely Julia to visit it. I think you've probably fallen in love with another tree.
Yes, yet another one.
And thank you, Kevin,
very
for bringing us here.
Not a problem.
On a different route this time,
Different
through the
route.
avenue.
Yeah, absolutely. But there's more trees. I've just pointed one out to Julia up there, and it looks like it's one that she can actually get into.
Oh, well, we might have to go and grab a photo of that. But from here now, and I should just say, Cowdray Park, this part of it is open to the public. People can come here and wander around.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we saw, there's people just gone through with a family with walking their dog.
Yeah.
Loads of people come out here.
Yeah,
very
definitely.
popular. Yeah.
Wonderful. You've enjoyed it?
Yep.
Loved it. All right then, well, join us again on another walk some other place, but in the meantime, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and why not leave a comment? If you've been here, we'd love to know. All your thoughts, bung them below. Till the next time, bye for now.
Bye.
Right, race you guys to the next tree.
Bye.
Go on.